Okay, so to the people that know me, you know that I've talked about this guy maybe once or twice. To the friends that I've talked in hip-hop debates about, that have asked my opinion on people, and on the recent Joyner Lucas Logic thing, they know his name basically from this. Or the people that just don't know him at all, I want to introduce you to Kansas City native N9ne. He has recently dropped an album, and that album is called Planet. This album has definitely shown itself as his best work to date. He's definitely dropped some gems within the past 10 to 12 years, but this one has definitely taken the cake. Now, his previous album, Storm, was a very, very good album, but it kind of lost my interest halfway through. And the album before that, Special Effects, which had the Eminem feature on it, on Worldwide Choppers 2, was in the same realm of amazement and musical experimentation that this album is. This album starts off with his label mate Mackenzie Nicole on a song called Habanero. And it's basically taking the preconceived notion of radio rap and it throws it out the window, because you can still have a pop artist on your record and it doesn't sound like it came out of a cotton candy machine. Now, the second track really caught me off guard, and as I was listening to it, I saw that he had posted something relating to this song, and it was referencing the show Ballers that has The Rock in it. And it was a reference that he was fresh out of Fucks to Give, which is totally cool, because if you find reference in someone that really loves your music, yes, The Rock loves N9ne and Mayday and quite a few other people on the Strange Music label, which is really cool. And The Rock also executive produced the soundtrack for the recent WWE game and has a N9ne song on there, which is also pretty cool, but that's a side note. So the song starts off with N9ne, and then it goes into the second verse, which has a rapper I've never heard of. The guy's name is Swisher Sleep. Really need to look this guy up because he is a monster. As soon as he starts, he's like on top of the beat. He's log running on top of the beat. He is keeping his pace the whole time. He is doing his thing. And then on the very last verse, it's him and Tech. And it's not a back and forth thing, but half the verse and half the verse, and that's still awesome. The song after that is called Kick It With Myself, and that's just a song that basically talks about being loving to yourself, and without loving yourself, you really can't love anyone else, as he says in the song, actually. As the album progresses, it basically builds up and has this huge climax, much like how Forever's a Mighty Long Time is. It has this climax, but the climax is reached and kept for 3 or 4 songs. The one it starts off with is Bad Juju, that has King ISO. This man is a brain-sick representative, a twisted, insane brother and comrade. This man is a killer. He is stone cold on the mic. Holy crap, this guy had to go to Facebook and other social media outlets to let people know what he was saying because people couldn't keep up. For a N9ne fan to say that they couldn't keep up with him, or the pieces of Swahili that he had put into his verse, dog, his verse was killer. I've heard him on several tracks with Twisted Insane and a couple with Triz and some other people that are in the underground scene. This guy is not to be messed with. Don't touch him. You will get slaughtered. You will get hurt. You'll wonder why you even started rapping if you say something in this man's direction. He will just destroy the crap out of you. Other songs on here that blow my mind leading up to this climax and hiding inside the climax as well is the song that has Machine Gun Kelly. This man is off of a platinum hit that has hit the radio. He is off of a multiple album sale monstrous adventure with Diddy. Probably one of the longest running people that have been on Bad Boy, at least besides probably French Montana and Red Cafe, which is still kind of funny. But this song is basically his calling card to his fans. Back when Machine Gun Kelly came out, all of his fans were starting mosh pits because they knew how crazy the music was and how intense everything got. And the whole song is just, it's balls to the wall insanity. And the guy on the chorus, he is Y2. And that guy kind of sounds like, I would say Sway Lee from Ray Shremmerd. And it's like he did it a little better than Sway Lee, because Sway Lee's voice is like, way up here! And I really, really don't like that about him at all. I really don't like Ray Shremmerd for multiple reasons, but that's definitely one of them. Now, Y2 definitely holds on to the mainstream aspect of the hook and keeps everybody's attention. The repetition kind of does get annoying, but it still keeps your attention. And Tech does his thing on his verse, and his freaking harmonization on the song, like, oh man, it's insane. And then Machine Gun Kelly comes in, and he's like, you know, starting off as about as what we would expect from him, and the freestyle that had dropped when he was dropping his third album, Bloom, when everyone was like, oh no, he never fell off. And they're right, but this song also solidifies that, because he came in and just stormed through the studio. It was like the day that he was ready to record this verse, Tech was like, do your thing. He's like, nah, I'm doing that times 50. I'm doing my thing. I'm doing my thing, his thing, and everyone else's thing. He is killing it. And he said on the track, just because I made a pop hit, you think I won't pop shit. And dude, the fact that he basically came at his critics in that song, I love that. I have a lot of respect for him, mainly for that. And after that, the climax is met with the song called Brightfall. And Brightfall is basically, if anyone had listened to his previous album, Special Effects, it had a song called Lacrimosa on it, and it had this choir on it that was gorgeous. Tech N9ne grabbed that choir again and put them on Brightfall. And the chorus that they have on Brightfall, although it isn't maintained for the entire song, I wish it was. As soon as I heard it, I almost broke down in tears. That's how beautiful this song was. It wasn't the most uplifting song, but it was showing you the pain and the struggle that had happened after Tech N9ne's mother had passed, and how it's been very difficult for him to maintain a positive light about his character with all the things that he's witnessed during his 20-plus year career. And after that, you really don't think it would get much better. Normally an album, after its halfway point, starts to drop off. This is where the artist would normally find a wind down sequence, and that doesn't stop. There's a song after Brightfall called Red Bars, and it has Chris Calico and Big Scoob. Now, Big Scoob is more or less like the narrator for the track, talking about how it actually means to say something and do something, at least where they're from in Kansas City. Now, that's basically meaning, in more or less a gangster sense of be about it, you know, say something, do something. And Tech N9ne destroys this song. But when you think the song couldn't get any better, his best friend and basically co-CEO of Strange Music, at least in my eyes, because he's been there since the beginning, Chris Calico comes in with a chorus unlike any other he's done, and he brings out his gospel boy raising and just explodes. It is amazing. It's not like anything he's done before. After this, it's basically just him maintaining that high the entire rest of the album. There's a song on here that is called How I'm Feeling that has Snow the Product on it. That is my rap mom. She could say, do anything. She is amazing. If no one knows who Snow the Product is, you better look her up. You better listen to this song. Matter of fact, just look up her projects. I will put links in the description for all of Snow the Product's projects. Woke family, squad up type crap, you know. It's awesome. She is amazing. She's actually on a TV show right now. She has a song that's on that TV show. She's just doing so much stuff. And it's a shame that she hasn't brought out an album yet. She's dropped EPs, she's dropped mixtapes, but when are you going to drop an album? Like, we need it. The fans need it. I need it. Anyway, there's basically a retelling with one of Tech-N9ne's most well-known songs from his early days called Not a Damn Thing. And that song is a retelling of the original Slacker. And this song was one of his most viral hits amongst his fans when it came out, because it was basically saying, I'm not gonna do a damn thing today. I'm just gonna slack all day. I don't care what my boss says. I don't care anything. And he basically formed that into a modern day version, or at least a contemporary version when it comes to how music is an ever-evolving piece of art, and did it more calmly, but he still, in the verses, did something powerful and bombastic. And one of my other favorite songs on this album is called Tappin' In, and it has Darian Saffron on it. And it's basically Tech-N9ne talking about how his best friend had come into contact with him after Tech-N9ne had started having an affair with someone that they worked with and that he was actually seeing at the time. And Tech-N9ne references, as the song ends, how his best friend was basically a crime of passion. He's mentioned this before on his Psycho Bitch songs and a couple other songs as well, but we never knew exactly how the entire matter had gone down as fans until this date. And I honestly think this is one of his most advanced storytelling songs. You don't really hear many back and forths with an artist on a song that tells a complete story of how the artist was a bad guy. That's just awesome. And the last two songs on this album, Levitation and We Won't Go Quietly, are very, very good songs. We Won't Go Quietly is basically Tech's Everybody. How Logic had made Everybody, this is Tech's Everybody. And Tech basically says, once we can learn to live with each other, then we can grow with each other, kind of thing. And the close of the album basically implores that Tech-N9ne wants to touch the whole planet and make everybody whole. He wants to make everybody united. Not many artists can say that they want to have their fan base and everyone else in the world united. Not many people care about the society that they live in, or at least not many artists show that they openly care. There are a select few. There are a good bit of people that at least say all the social issues that are going on, they address them and talk about them openly and how they stand on them. Tech-N9ne has never really been a stranger to that. And that closes this album. He knows that he's not going anywhere. He knows that the mainstream knows his presence. They know who he is. Do you know who he is? As always, my name is Ethan, otherwise known as Two-Face. I will put a link below with the purchase info for the Tech-N9ne album. I'm going to leave the purchase info for the deluxe edition because it has all of the songs that I had previously spoken of in this review. As always, if you feel the need to do so, please like and subscribe to the channel. Share this with your family and friends. And to the people that have liked, shared, commented, so on and so forth, I really appreciate everything you guys have done for me. You guys are awesome. And without this, I probably wouldn't be almost 20 videos in. And I hope that I can keep doing this because next Tuesday, I'm going to be reviewing the new Murs album, A Strange Journey into the Unimaginable. I will see everybody on Tuesday. Have a great weekend. Peace.